I know it's December and I'm still sowing seeds. Very limited to what you can grow at this time of year, but there are a few bits and bobs if you want to try. Obviously, we all know we've been growing these broad beans. That's a dwarf variety of broad bean. Grows to about 16 inch tall and very cold hardy plants. And as you can see, they've been germinated over the last couple of weeks or so. And they're really healthy looking plants. And you can see it's already started to put out a second side shoot, which is really good. Considering how cold it is at the moment, and if you saw my previous video, we're kind of bracing for it getting a lot colder over the next couple of weeks. But things like this, they'll be fine. So that's why I'm back in here again today. I'm sifting more soil. Because if you follow the channel for any amount of time, you'll know that through season, we've been doing microgreens as well. We've been growing microgreens in here. We've been growing them indoors on sunny windowsills as well. And they're really good for you. They're packed with nutrients, up to 40 times more than a fully grown plant at the same variety. So if you have got a spare sunny windowsill, you could try some of those. Because not everybody is going to have a greenhouse. And a lot of people probably don't want to be planting things outside in ground in this weather, knowing we're starting to approach winter. Which I don't blame anybody at all, especially the way the weather's been this year. So up and down. And now we're getting threats of sleet, snow, minus temperatures pending on that lead up towards Christmas. So planting things outside is not going to be feasible for everyone. And to be honest, I haven't got anything growing outside at the moment except a bit of kale. I've decided to keep it container based in the greenhouses. There's no reason why you can't try a few microgreens. We've got quite a lot of spinach still on go that we need to actually start and take out here and move on to somewhere bigger, because these are multi-sown spinach as well. So there's 3 or 4 plants per cell. And that's the broccoli that we've got going as well. And as you can see that they've got the true leaves and they're starting to become quite decent sized plants now. So although it is cold, very damp and not much in way of light, things are still trying. If you've not already done some spring onions, try some spring onions. There's nothing that really eats spring onions. So they're virtually pest free. And all you need to do is put 6 to 10 seeds in one cell, bury them and let them come up like that, multi-sown. And these will be getting moved on as well shortly. We have got quite a lot of onions growing at the moment. And that's one of his multi-sown spring onion containers. Just starting to develop into little bulbs, but I think I'm going to be cutting tops off these. I just love smelling onions. But they're doing really well, as you can see. And of course, we're also doing these container carrots. And look how they've come on over the last few weeks. Once again, cold hardy plants that you can just leave to grow on all the way through autumn and winter. And you'll get some carrots out of it, even if you only harvest baby carrots. But we're going to leave these to grow on and try and get big ones. We've also got, as containers, a pak choy, Chinese cabbage, 2 in a little container that size. Looking really healthy, doing well. And at this size, we could just harvest those and eat them. Because they're plenty big enough. There's no damage to them as such. So once again, looking really healthy. And then we've got another one that's in this container. Actually needs a bit of water. And this is a thing that I was talking about. It's very cold, it's very damp all the time. But when you've got things in your greenhouse, the sun will pop out now and again, like it has done today. And all of a sudden, your pots start drying out and your plants start to wilt. So damp and cold as it is, you need to keep your eye on that and just top them up with a little bit of water every now and again. Obviously at this time of year, they don't need a lot. So we'll bring that down and I'll pop it on that bench so I don't forget. We also did a salad container quite recently, and we've put a few different varieties of things. inside this trough. I'll show you how they're getting on. We've not looked at those for a while. This is that container that we made up, and we put some spring onions across back of there, and they seem to be doing all right. Obviously everything's growing slow. We've got spinach as well in a row. That one is starting to come on quite well. We'll get some nice little leaves on there. In front of that we put beetroot, multi-sown beetroot, and that was the one that we did for two choices. We can leave it to grow and bulb up and take baby beets, or we can harvest the leaves for salads, and we'll decide what to do with those when time comes. But across the front you'll notice we did 2 rows of carrots, and the carrots are now starting to come through, which is brilliant, because carrots can be a bit of a pain to germinate, but we've definitely got some on way there. And then we've got this. We planted this Christmas potato quite a while ago. We've got garlic growing in this container, so if you haven't sown any garlic, you can still sow garlic as well as onions at this time of year. And that's the main one that we did. 2 lines of carrots. We've got the true leaves. They seem to be doing really well. And that's obviously a long burn. That's going to be there all the way through winter. And we've still got a few more spinach that we haven't moved on yet, but we will be getting round to that quite soon. We've still got these trays of salad. So we've got lettuce this side, and then we've got spinach again on that side. So for December, if you haven't sown yourself any salads, you could still do that. I'd personally germinate them indoors though. That's a pack of Savoy cabbage that we're growing on. Again, very slow, but if you look at that one, you can see it's got its true leaf. Then we've got these regular onions. They've not germinated as well as I wanted. We have at least got 1 in virtually every cell. Some have got 4 or 5 in, and we're going to grow them into medium onions. Just plant the whole lot together in a bunch, and they'll push each other apart as they grow, so it's not a problem. And we've already seen those broad beans, all doing really well. And fingers crossed at the moment, nothing's took a fancy to them. So we know we're approaching Christmas, and days like today, quite mild, and blue sky, sunny. We're not going to see many more of them, we know that, but it still doesn't stop you growing some things either in your greenhouse or on windowsills indoors. And if you've never tried growing microgreens before, give them a go, because they're very easy to grow and very little maintenance, and you can grow them in really small containers and just take mini harvests from them, so you've still got something through the winter months. And as you've seen, onions will grow perfectly well. You can plant out brassicas now to harvest in spring, so cabbages and cauliflowers, things like that. You can do yourself some carrots like we've done in trays. All being slow, you will get something from it. And this container is also doing really well. They're parsnips, and we're trying to grow these for baby parsnips, and obviously again really cold hardy plants, so you could do some container parsnips. And we've still got a few red cabbages. We're just letting these grow on in these quite shallow containers, and you can see that the plants themselves are doing really well. Once again, they need a bit of water, but they're a good size. They've got the true leaf, and again, very cold hardy. I've even got this little pot, and this has been outside in garden, and these are self-seeded violas which will grow through spring and summer. And obviously when they grow and they die back, they drop seeds, and then these little flowers have come up, so they cost us nothing. And it's nice to see a little bit of colour in December. Apart from the things that we've already looked at, there is also peas you could be growing as well. You can grow peas and try and grow them to get pods off as your own personal challenge. I've never tried that, at this time of year, but maybe this year I'll give it a go. But if not, you can just multi-sow peas into a tray and then harvest the pea shoots, which again is another microgreen. So you've still got quite a few options of things to do. If you've not already planted garlic, plant some garlic. If you want to do overwinter onions, you can get Japanese overwintering onions. And they're little sets, little bulbs that you buy. And you can just pop them straight outside in ground. And they'll take care of themselves all the way through winter. Or you could sow some onion seeds like we've done. And that 2 varieties we've got, white Lisbon spring onion, and then we've got some regular bulbing onions. And we've still got these little pots of Savoy cabbages that we're growing. Everything today needs the water that I look at, and that's because that sun's just come out for half an hour this morning. You know that you can still sow some seeds in December and grow plants all the way through winter if you want to. If you don't want to be doing anything outside, try the microgreens inside on a sunny window and you'll get something out of it. But meanwhile, it appears I've got quite a bit of watering to do today. And mentioning watering, when you do water your plants at this time of year, give them a little bit of water, don't drown them. Because if we do get any minus temperatures, the more water that's in here, the worse off it is for these plants because it will freeze quicker. I'm going to give them a trickle of water just to pick these leaves back up a little bit. And then we'll have a look and see what else we can do as we approach the weekend. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and then you'll see all the things that we're going to be doing between now and spring. And thank you to everybody that's already joined this channel, and also for the donations that we've received through here from people, either it be super thanks or from PayPal donations. Every single penny very much appreciated, and as you can see has been put to good use buying seeds, trays and compost to keep us going right up until this coming spring. So thank you Blue Wolf, who recently made a donation to this channel over the last couple of days. Very much appreciated. Time to get watering done, and I'll see you on next update. Take care.